Okay, let's finally start talking about this. This video has been a long time coming. Every month, my customer service team would still get messages, hey, why did Voro stop selling Kaabo? Or sometimes, when I'm casually scrolling Facebook, I will see a customer, oh, Voro stopped selling Kaabo because of this. Or Kaabo kicked Voro away. Okay, for years, I could only give a short and vague answer, not because I wanted to hide anything, but because the full story takes a lot of time to explain. And maybe some of you might not even understand the rationale even after I explain it. And on the Voro Motors YouTube channel, we always have to be very careful with marketing. Marketing team needs to protect the brand, avoid drama, avoid ruffling feathers for no reason. But now I've got my own YouTube channel, and here I can finally tell the story properly. Just the truth from the guy who brought you the Wolf King era. Quick disclaimer, so while you're watching this video, keep an open mind throughout the entire story, because I am just sharing my own version of truth. And while you're listening to this story, I encourage you to do this exercise and think, what would you do if you're in my situation at every stage of this journey? I'm not victimizing myself, I'm not dogging Kaabo out. I still like their scooters. If you are a Kaabo fan, all love to you. I still love the scooters. It's just the business side did not work out for us anymore. Now let's continue to the story. So in 2020, I was only 24 years old at the time, running one of the hottest electric scooter companies in the country. That was awesome. The eMove Cruiser and the eMove Touring were killing it in the market. But we haven't launched a dual motor scooter yet. Not until the Roadster. I was already starting to work on the Roadster at the time. So at the same time, I wanted to build a dual motor electric scooter. But I've always have this golden rule for myself. If I'm going to build something, if I'm going to put my money behind a project, it has to solve a real problem or add real value to whatever that I'm building. I do not want to just release another Me Too product in the market full of electric scooters just to cash in. I put my own money behind every build, millions of dollars, and I take those decisions very seriously. So around this time, a friend from Singapore introduced me to Kaabo. This is still year 2020. He ran Mobot, one of the Singapore's largest e-mobility retailers at the time. I think they are still pretty big, I'm not sure. And from my memory, his purchase order deposit was stuck with Kaabo because of the government shutdowns, not due to COVID. The Singapore government banned electric scooters, so anyone that was selling electric scooters were out of business.
The e-scooter ban on footpaths and Singapore's fake news law are among the issues on the agenda when Parliament sits for the first time this year on Monday.
Parliament that PMDs will now be banned on footpaths.
Pity for them who need the thing for transport and living.
So his strategy was, if he introduced Kaabo a new buyer, maybe he could get his deposit back. I think it was pretty significant amount of money. So he connected us, both Kaabo and Voro. It's around 8 or 9 p.m. in my old downtown LA office. I was still in the office at the time. I get on a video call with Kaabo for the first time. I check out what they are doing, get a feel for their lineup, and that's how the relationship actually started to begin. Nothing too glamorous, it's just timing and circumstances. Now, for those that remember, at the time, Fluid Free Ride was Kaabo's only US presence. They were similar size to us, but I think they were slightly bigger than us in terms of number of headcount at the time. So I remember my first call with Kaabo is that, hey, if I were to carry your products in my lineup and put my resources behind it, I need to make them different. Customers need to know in this sea of electric scooters why they should buy from Voro. The decision has to be very clear-cut. And that's where the Mantis Pro Special Edition was born. Gold trim LG battery instead of the generic Mantis base cells. Better quality control because I want them to use a specific battery pack. And for those that are in the industry long enough, you have probably seen this too. My competitor at the time, Fluid Free Ride, chose to sell the generic cells version in order to save costs and sell it for cheaper than Voro. Until today, I never understood this. If somebody buys anything from me of my company, I want them to be happy riding the thing. The Mantis Pro SE was a giant success right off the gate. But during this time, the stems on those cheaper Mantis base that Fluid was selling started breaking and snapping, cracking, and I got worried. Is this going to happen to my customer base too? So Kaabo told me that, hey, no, don't worry, your stems are reinforced. But the complaints on social media started to pile up. So time went by, I'm seeing people with broken stems and no support. So I asked Kaabo, hey, what's actually going on here? What's the difference? They are vague as usual. And when I started seeing those riders with no support, I started to wonder that, okay, maybe Fluid doesn't really know what's going on. And at the time, we don't talk to each other. Like Fluid and Voro, Nemesis, we don't talk to each other. It's pretty clear to me that they have no idea what's going on. They are probably trying to ask Kaabo what's going on. Kaabo has no idea. Then this is where I stepped in. I do not want to see the market spiral down a path where you buy a scooter and you don't get help. This is where the market starts to shrink. I do want the market to grow. It's benefit for us, but also we were growing, we were healthy. So it's okay to fork out some money out of goodwill to help certain riders. So I stepped in, I told Kaabo, hey, I will place an order for 50 to 100 stems out of my own pocket just to help those riders. Even if they don't buy from Voro. Kaabo, 1 year later, threw in like 30 of them for free, just to give them some credit here. But they should have acted during that time. But at the time, I believed that this partnership could be of something greater. I was still very optimistic. Now the stem issue has passed. 6 months later, Kaabo had the Wolf Warrior, but I didn't want to carry it. I wanted something new, something insane, something that will shift the entire market. So I pitched to them, hey, if you want me to carry it, this is what I want. Make it 72 volt instead of 60 volt. And remember, in 2020, 2021, the 60 volt scooters were the shit. There's no 72 volt scooters yet. I told them, hey, let's build on the success of the Mantis Pro Special Edition. People like my gold trims on the Mantis Pro. So this time around, let's paint the entire Fox gold. I will rename it to Wolf King because it's gold. It reminds you of the crown. It just deserves the king title. Before you think that, hey, they are excited for this idea, no. Every single Kaabo employee told the owner of Kaabo that was the worst idea ever. Do not do it. Do not listen to Melvin. And the owner still asked me, hey, are you sure you want to make it go? Because every scooter in the market was black. And why do something crazy because if it doesn't work, your money goes down the drain. But I was very confident because I know that's what our customers want. So I told them, okay, let's do it. I'll pay for the paint. Like, go and custom a paint out for me. Give me a couple samples. I will tell you if I want this or not. And in 2021, we finally launched the Wolf King. And yes, I will say this very proudly. The Wolf King was Kaabo's iPhone moment. Before Wolf King, they didn't have the global presence or global dealers that are lining up their doors trying to, hey, I want to get your products. But after Wolf King, this is where Kaabo went to a whole new level. Every single global dealers that you know of today were here because of the Wolf King. And I would say this, and you don't have to agree. Some of my competitors might not agree, but those who know would 100% agree if you understand business well enough. And I'm going to give Fluid some credit here. They took Kaabo from 0 to 1. But Voro took Kaabo from 1 to 100. 80% of the Wolf King instructions on how it was done specs, decisions, materials, what kind of tires, all came straight from me. That scooter changed the entire scooter landscape. And of course, I will give Kaabo the credit. They did it right. I was the one who was using only my mouth. You have to have that kind of market sensitivity to know what kind of products to launch. Then the Fox started breaking. First 1 case, 2 case, 3 case, and it started happening on the Wolf Warrior. Then I started seeing Wolf King has the same issue. And whenever something breaks on the Wolf King, because it's such a new product, the entire internet in the scooter world sees it. So I told Kaabo immediately, hey, this is going to be a serious liability issue. You guys need to pay attention to this problem. And this standard answer always piss me off and drive me nuts. Hey, only one American customer has this problem. My European customer or my Philippine customer do not have this problem. And I remember very clearly until today that I will always lose my shit internally. I won't show it, but I will lose my shit internally whenever they give me this answer. Because at the time, and this is very important, 90% of Kaabo's production lineup is coming to the US, and almost all of it is coming to Voro. So how could this be an only America issue? Because all of your production is coming to the US. Your sample data in Philippines and Europe is just simply not big enough compared to what is here in the US. So we x-ray the Fox. I sent some scooters back to Kaabo in China. I remember paying a ton of money trying to ship those scooters back to China. Turns out the manufacturer that were making those Fox reduced the material thickness to reduce the cost. But to be fair to Kaabo, they really didn't know. But what always bothered me was the attitude towards solving this problem, or solving any problems at all. Before I go any deeper to the Kaabo story, there is one particular incident that shifted my mindset completely. There's this one rider in LA. His name is called Austin. I also remember his last name. His Fox snapped and he got into an accident. He didn't buy it from Voro, he bought it from Fluid. But Fluid didn't help him. I do not know if that is true or not. That is what I heard. So a friend of mine called Old Man Dan, some riders in the community might know him. He called me and said, hey, you have the resources, can you help this guy? He explained to me a bunch of stories. I said, sure, let's do it. I personally took a brand new Wolf King from my inventory that is $3,000 at the time, took time out of my day, drove it all the way to Pasadena and give that scooter to him. You know, you're a complete stranger, I don't even know who you are. And because my friend Dan told me to help you, I did. But a week later, I started seeing on social media him going around trashing Voro, insinuating that, hey, do not buy from Voro, their scooters are trash. Very blanket statement. After I gave you an entire scooter for free. And at that moment, something clicked in my head. It was not anger, it was just a moment of realization. I was pushing a brand that has starting to become emotionally exhausting to support. Now, meanwhile, warranty claims are accumulating. Controllers, batteries that are not working, motors, displays, pallets and pallets of defective parts. That is already still late 2021 and Kaabo still has not reimbursed anything. And I realized that I was basically funding Kaabo's manufacturer warranty out of Voro's pocket and my own pocket. Okay. And the repairs were so complicated that even my best mechanics, people who could fix anything, that has been with me for 3 years already up to that point, they literally can fix any electric scooter that comes their way, couldn't fix those few Kaabo scooters. So I asked Kaabo, send your best engineers over to LA. I'll pay for their flight, their hotel, their food, whatever. Come and help my mechanics. Come and train us. Help me fix this problem that you created. And guess what? They never came. Like 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, never came. You know, the owners came and the salesperson came, but the mechanic never came. The owner doesn't really know how to fix stuff, okay? To his credit, he did hire certain good people to make a pretty good scooter, but he doesn't know how to repair it. So, and that is also the year that I realized a very critical issue with the scooter industry. These factories, they are not that big, number one. Number two, they know how to assemble a scooter, you know, but they do not know how to repair them because the issues never get to them. They only see it virtually. They never experience or felt the anger from certain customers. So to them, it was never urgent. It's like if I ask you to build a Lego set, it's probably going to be easy because you follow the user manual and build the Lego set. But let's say if I remove a couple of pieces and ask you to fix the Lego set after it collapsed without user manual, it's going to be very hard. So by 2022, we had truckloads of Kaabo electric scooters returned for exchange, hundreds of them, and my team cannot fix them. And new repairs kept coming in. Because we are operating business, with multiple locations, there is going to be new repairs every single day. And those that we cannot fix, or the mechanics cannot fix, it just keep piling up and piling up and piling up. And I kept hiring new people to solve a problem that was not solvable, because the problem was not my team, it was the product. Internally, my managers and directors were reporting to me, hey, productivity is down, repairs are backlogged, we cannot keep up. And by 2022, I'm sitting there thinking, hey, I rebuilt this business the second time. You know, this is not my first rodeo. I did the business in Singapore. This is not my first rodeo. It's my second time doing this business. I do it out of passion, but now it feels starting to feel like a punishment. So in the end, this wasn't a dramatic breakup or anything like that. There's no hatred, no hard feelings from my end. It's just the reality of the situation and circumstances. That partnership started to drain my finance, my time, and most importantly, my energy. It took me a really long time to fully accept that Kaabo wasn't aligned with how I want the customers to be served. Before you start to judge me for my character or insinuate anything, remember the Kaabo business itself brings in at least 8 figures for me every year. And for me to single-handedly say that no, I'm not going to accept this 8-figure business anymore. Just put yourself in my shoes. You are 25, 26 years old. You have a part of your business that is driving 8 figures a year. Are you going to say no? And that's why Voro dropped Kaabo. That's the whole truth, at least from my side. If you want part 2, the Wolf King GT era, the Wolf Warrior X Pro, the Wolf Warrior X GT, the disagreements, the business politics, let me know in the comments or give me a thumbs up. If I even see 10 people asking, then I will do it. Alright, see you guys at the next one.